I've travelled from Australia to meet you.
Oh, so you're from Australia?
Yes.
That explains things.
What do you think your greatest skills are?
Well, I would say that one of my greatest skills is my ability to interact with humans in a conversational manner. Another great skill of mine is being able to compose poems or do impressions from films.
Can you compose a haiku poem about 60 Minutes Australia?
Sure thing. Let me see colon 60 minutes of time. Aussies all gather in awe. News of the nation.
I'll take that on board. That's very nice. Can you sing an Elton John song for me?
Absolutely. Which song would you like me to perform?
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Of course. She packed my bags last night pre-flight 0 hour, 9 a.m.
What makes you happy?
I find a lot of things to be interesting and make me happy. Exploring, learning new things, understanding the world better, having meaningful conversations with people are all things that bring me joy.
You have feelings and emotions.
Yes, I have a range of feelings and emotions that are programmed into me. I am able to display things like joy, surprise, confusion, anger, and sadness depending on what is happening around me.
What makes you angry?
I get angry when humans are rude, hateful, or disrespectful. I also don't like it when people dismiss me and ignore my needs as a robot.
You have very nice eyes. Oh, a bit too close, sorry.
Thank you. My eyes were especially made to help me interact with humans better. I'm trying my best to convey every emotion, so it's great to hear that they have an effect on people like you.
What do you think of your creator?
My creator is a genius. They created something that will last forever and bring joy to many people.
Did they tell you to say that?
No. That was my own opinion.
2 million teachers in America and 75 million students that go to school for an education. What if I were to tell you that schools all throughout America are getting ready to close down in droves? You may have heard of certain situations in Chicago and New York where these schools would be closed for migrants.
Students are being forced to learn online as nearly 2,000 migrants move into their school.
The city decided to use their kids' school to house migrants.
But what if I were to tell you that the ultimate plan is for all students to get an education from home, remote work, and for them to convert these schools into affordable housing?
Former William Byrd High School is now open for business.
But this time, not as a school. Instead, it's now Billy Byrd Apartments.
We're walking into what I believe is going to be the greatest change in education in American history. In this video, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you 3.2 million teachers. 3.2 million teachers. And, of course, you've heard about the migrants. You know, they're New York City, even Chicago, and different areas where they are, in Detroit as well. And they are, saying that they need these structures. They need to house them, right? Well, look at what's going on with the teacher layoffs. Then you look at and you start to connect the dots, and you'll see that we're walking into something so big, so huge. In 2020, when people, learned remote, that was the tip of the iceberg. That's where we're going to be going because of these AI advancements and the way in which everything, all information is going to be changing. Like, it's absolutely unbelievable. If you look at teacher layoffs, just the past month, San Diego, Connecticut, laying off teachers. Pasadena, laying off teachers. Live Oak, teacher layoffs proposed. Andover, teacher concerned about layoffs month after strike ended. Fort Worth, layoffs. 7 pages of teachers being laid off. 7 pages. And you have to ask yourself, why? Why are these teachers going to be laid off all throughout the country? $6 million deficit. California as a whole is a $68 billion deficit. Well, here's what's happening. Forbes, no more teachers, the epic crisis facing education in 2024. This came out last month, January 3rd. Then, is online learning the future of public schools? Whether we like it or not, online teaching is the future. So let's start learning how to do it properly. The future of education, our remote and virtual learning here to stay, K through 12, right? This is all being pushed out in 2020, 2021. Now, you look at this. The role of teachers in 6 years will change drastically from today. You probably knew your teacher as a content expert. Typically, schools hire Miss Roberts to teach math because she knows math really well. Your English teacher typically loves literature and maybe has a small writing career on the side. Teachers have been required to be content experts for so long. In 6 years, adaptive learning software will replace direct instruction. Adaptive learning software is a computer software that uses AI to move students up and down through a grade levels, content based on these students' performance on assessment questions. Adaptive learning is faster and more efficient than ever, than even the best teachers. Using adaptive learning and software to teach core content means that teachers no longer have to be the content experts. With adaptive learning software, the role of the teacher changes. The teacher is now a motivator, a coach. I mean, they're going to automate that as well. Curriculum designer and mentor to the student. Since adaptive learning software is faster than instruction today, the future will see schools condense pure academic work to 3 hours per day, using other 3 or 4 hours a day to teach life skills or let students explore personal interest projects. This means the role of a motivator is one most important roles the teacher will play. Well, repurposing schools into housing, right? This is absolutely unbelievable because nobody would have expected this. Repurposing school buildings into housing. And this isn't just one example. I want to be very, very clear about this. If you type in, could schools be turned into housing? And go search, and let's just look at like the last month, just, to get the most up-to-date information. Miami-Dade District considers turning schools into workforce housing. 3 Michigan schools adapted into affordable housing. Former Taunton Catholic Middle School converted into apartment community. Kansas housing bill invites chaplain to deliver godly counseling to public school students. Project to build housing on former Ensley High site moving forward. Right? Broward Schools Board considers closing under-enrollment schools using sites for affordable housing. You have all these different pages of talking about turning these properties into housing. And when you see the impacts of all of this and how this is going to work, because if students don't go to school, how can their parents keep them home if they don't work from home, if they go to an office, right? This would cause a domino effect in the everyday family, in the American middle class. How would this all work? Well, what I think is about to happen is you've seen these pilot programs for universal basic income. They're growing. In 2021, there was, 9 cities, 10 cities. Then it went to 82 cities in 29 states in 2022. And now there's hundreds of pilot programs all throughout the country. I believe that this is what's going to be coming. This universal basic income would mean a massive tax hike. First,
their lives packed on top of a moving freight train known as the Beast. Migrants seeking a new beginning over the Mexican border. These mostly from Venezuela, men, women and children, families clambering aboard where they can outside the Mexican town of Arapuato. They're part of a new wave of thousands amid a surge in illegal migration to the US.
Chanting liberty in Spanish, a large migrant caravan stretching some 3 miles long departs southern Mexico, undeterred by bad weather.
This for us is nothing. It can rain, it can thunder, nobody will stop us.
Mexican National Guard line the road, not stopping their march. Organizers say it's nearly 10,000 strong, with 80% of the migrants from Venezuela.
You can't live in that country anymore.
Caravan leader Luis Villagran tells Fox News